Hello, world. I am Ryan, aka Crownsden's Corner. Ryan talking take two. This is the Healing Chefs podcast, and today's guest we have True to the Movement. I'm sorry, I've only ever talked to you on Instagram. So, brother, what's your first name?
My first name is Jaquise.
Okay, True to the Movement.
Yeah, exactly. Now you see why I said true.
Yeah,
Only
true. All right. Well, thank you very much for showing up today. I have quite a few questions. I mean, that's what we're here for, right? But from here, we'll go ahead and jump into cannabis journey.
Let's do it.
All right. So, cannabis journey is all about how you found cannabis, where you're at with it now, and if you want to, like where you're gonna go with it or anything like that. How did you find weed or cannabis?
Well, cannabis has been
Whatever.
around pretty much almost my entire life. I didn't start partaking in cannabis until I was in my 20s.
Just like our last guest.
Yeah, the reason being is I was born premature, almost 3 months premature, so I
Okay.
was really small and had a lot of health issues.
All right.
And my mom had just stopped doing drugs, so she definitely didn't want me doing anything.
Yeah.
Um, uh, in the Marine Corps, in Afghanistan, you see,
Marines. I was Army. Sorry.
you see a lot of cannabis, a lot of hash.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was in Germany, and allegedly I might have helped some people out, but yeah. I never I went to Iraq when I got deployed twice. I didn't go to Afghanistan. I think they probably did that on purpose. I seen some of the homies walking through some fields, and I'm like, ain't no way I'm not taking some of that.
Yeah, man.
I'm making some hand churros or something. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
With me, I didn't had no real interest in smoking it at the time because I was pretty much blinded and had that propaganda.
Yeah, we all buy
Dare
in at some
program,
point
all
in
that
time.
stuff. And then my mom told me I had severe asthma. So my mom was like, you hit it
Oh.
one time, you're going to die.
Oh my gosh. Man, that's scary. I wouldn't have hit it either.
You know what I mean? So
That shit's called death.
I fed into that, And
Yeah.
then even in high school, I'd see people on my drill team sitting in a circle, smoking out of pop cans and stuff. I was that guy like, hey, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah, and when I got really sick, a therapist of mine was like, "You should try cannabis."
Yeah.
I was like, "But isn't it illegal?" She's like, "Well, yeah, if you get caught." I'm like,
only if you get caught.
And mind you, I had already tried my hand in growing outdoors.
Okay.
So I had already started trying to grow outdoors just because after the
Make
Marine
sure
Corps, I was a bit bored with myself. There wasn't much for me to do. So
Okay.
I'm like, hey, I got all these seeds and stuff. Why don't I just try? So I threw a lot of seeds outside and started trying to.
Why didn't I
grow
do
something.
that?
I mean, especially when it was free. Like,
yeah, well, back in the day, like I don't know if anybody else used to smoke the brick weed, but you used to have like big magazines or trays and stuff, so you could just tilt them up so the seeds would fall down. Because and if you sat there and picked out through all the seeds, and you'd be there forever. And
I was a little blessed in my entrance to smoking cannabis.
Yeah, you waited a while.
Yeah, and the first thing I smoked was from my premium water delivery guy. I was outside cutting my neighbor's hair, and he came to deliver our water bottles, and he had this giant pound bag full of rolled joints.
Man, bro, that's a lot of work.
Yeah,
that's a lot of work.
It's like I just came down from Detroit. I'd like to open my business up here. I'm like, I ain't never smoked, but I'll give it a try.
How you do this? Wait, how you do this thing here?
The little homies already knew what to do, so
Yeah.
the little homies are telling me how to smoke.
You were Craig.
Yeah,
you can get high today. You ain't got no job.
Yeah.
You ain't got shit to do.
Clean cut, jarhead, just sitting there, just like, all right, what? How do we do this?
Yeah.
They're like, make sure you inhale. Of course, first time I didn't inhale, still coughed, but didn't inhale. loved the taste, and that's literally how I fell in love with cannabis. Was luckily it wasn't Mexican brickweed, so I had something
But
flavorful.
shout out to the Mexican brickweed because you got me through some times,
Oh man,
and I love you.
hey,
Thank you.
I had to go back to Mexican brickweed. Don't get me wrong,
It,
I didn't have it like that,
okay,
So
okay.
I did have to go back, but I had a family member that had a really good plug on some really good stuff, so I had a lot of what they call Christmas buds and
Yeah, man. Shout out Christmas buds. We were talking about that a couple episodes back
yeah,
because
man.
you go to find kind bud or Christmas bud. Like what? That's not even a strain, dog.
Yeah,
That's a
exactly.
time of year. That's
E- Exactly. That's
yeah.
that's that's the time of harvest. Like that's when you know
Right.
you're gonna get that good harvest, like the Christmas bud time.
I think it
Uh,
was always because the temperatures drop and you got to see more like the perps and stuff like that, and the more exotic looking stuff would come
mhm.
out. Not that it was always exotic, but with the cold temperatures and drop and stuff, you could
Yeah, you got some pretty colors in
pretty
there.
colors. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. A little more
Frost and
crystals.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Um. So after that, I didn't smoke for a while. But after I actually got out of the Marine Corps, that's when I started dabbling with actually smoking every other day,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Then I found out I had cancer,
Oh
and
no.
I met this guy off of Facebook. His name was Joshua Lamarua. He invited me down to his home in Oregon. We had never met each other. We had barely started talking, and right when I get there, he has a shit ton of cannabis capsules, a whole bunch of shatter, like a little sheet
A
full.
slab.
Yes,
Shout out slabs back in the day.
man. I was like, "What's this?" I had never dabbed before.
Oh,
I had never dabbed before.
if you don't follow my man here, he be killing motherfuckers with dabs, dog. You gotta go check out his page. I'd be dying.
That was my first introduction to dabbing. Like he gave me a 6 gram dab.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, shatter?
yeah,
You're alive?
yeah.
What the? You
I
didn't? Your lungs didn't
man, I felt like
invert?
I had to breathe on manual. Like he had to drive my car because I
Well,
couldn't
yeah.
function.
6 grams,
Yeah,
dog.
yeah. So he got mad on the first initial hit because I didn't cough. So he was like, "Okay," and he just ninja dabbed me again.
Oh
I just
no,
turned around. I was like, "Okay."
that's scary.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we talked about ninja dabs. That's horrible, man.
It was like 60 something degrees, and I was drenched in
Six
sweat.
grams, bro. That's more than that's like that's all. That's almost a quarter slab. That's how man. That would take a while too.
And I love him to this day for that. And like, I'm still chasing that feeling.
Damn.
That's
But
why
I
I
mean,
dab
we
how
can
I
get you
dab.
6 grams of some shatter, but I
No,
don't know if I would do
I
that.
don't think I haven't smoked shatter in years and
I'm
years,
saying,
man.
right? Remember people doing them snakes and everything?
Yeah, I used to be one of them.
Ugh.
Yeah, 3 4 gram snakes.
Oh
Yeah.
Lord, I try. I man, one time it's on my main page. If you scroll all the way down, I got a as a bud tender, I got a gram of Venom crumble back in the day,
Mm.
and I was like, I don't really want to smoke this, but everyone's doing these 1 gram dabs. I'm gonna do it.
Ooh.
Oh man, I did. I dropped that in there, and I'm just like,
Yeah, I
just
know
dying, and
that
I'm like,
hurts.
and then I'm trying to keep going and stuff, and I'm like commenting. I'm like, I'm losing too much down the downstem. And I was just like dying,
Right
and
when you said venom, I just knew it was poop season.
it was no good. And we all know like all those videos everyone takes, you only see like the part of it that you want to see.
Hmm.
Afterwards, the death.
Yeah, the
That's what you
puking and
show.
snotting.
That's
Yeah,
what you show. And
that's my favorite part of it, man. That's why I call
yeah,
it chronic coughs in the dab couch because
yeah.
people are afraid to show themselves coughing. No, I love it.
I
Like,
mean, I'm a veteran myself too, and I went to Iraq twice, and they did the burn pits and stuff. My lungs are fucked.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I even just bought a new little like uh bong situation that
Mhm.
has glycerin in it, so I can put it in the freezer
I'm
or the
on the
fridge.
other end, man. No water, no nothing.
Yeah, this guy.
Hot.
So we were just talking the other day, you'll notice something when you see his videos and the pieces and stuff. There's no water in them. I'm like, bro. there's no water in there. He's like, I don't do water. I'm like, you're a demon. I'm like,
Yeah.
my lungs are screaming right now.
I changed it a lot from how I used to do it. I used to do only red hot dabs. Like the nail would be glowing hot when I throw it in. My wife was like, "Stop."
Yeah.
I'm like, "All right, I'll
Yeah.
stop." So now I wait about 5 to 6 seconds, and then I go, straight through the nostril.
Yeah, I seen that shit too, man. I ain't fucking I ain't doing that neither.
Yeah, you should try it, man.
No, I die on a normal dab though, dog.
The funny thing is, you cough a lot less. I've converted a lot of people at my events and people to come over. They're like, "Oh, I'll never do that. I used to do this. I used to do that. I got a deviated septum." I'm like, well, guess what? I used to be there too. Try it out. They tried. They're like, "Oh man, why haven't I been doing this?" Yeah, it's a
All
scary
right.
concept, but
You just convinced me. I'm not that hard to like convince though. So you may see me do it here in the near future.
heck yeah,
Oh
man.
man, my lungs are already screaming thinking about it. But,
And
but
it hurts your lungs a lot less.
really,
Yeah, it impacts your lungs a lot less. I can do a scorching hot mouth dab, and you'll seem like, oh, like you'll hear it.
what do you think that is?
It's getting filtrated through your nose hairs and going through your nasal cavity, so it has more filtration than a pure hot dab from your mouth. No, your
Plus,
nose hairs are active filters.
and by the time it gets to your throat, where it would like
It's all
burn and stuff, it's not as gonna be as hot because it's
exactly.
traveled that whole.
Hmm.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna try with the puff coat first. We're gonna we're gonna slowly.
That's not gonna work too well, man. That's a big. I got big white nostrils, and mine won't even fit on the Puffco.
I'm bro. Like if we could zoom in real quick, mine aren't that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's
You
not
see,
gonna. The
you see the
Puffco's my
you
action.
see the difference, man. I got some Hoover vacuum
You got
suckers,
that
man.
pinchy random air.
Yeah, that's why. So I can do fat dabs real fast right through my nose. You know what I mean?
But yeah, I just wanted to start with the Puffco to be honest, to go a little like low temp and then
Mhm.
not do it and then like because I'm not trying to like old boy did volcano into into the fucking rig. Like I haven't done that shit. I haven't seen that shit since high school, dog.
Man, I haven't seen that in forever. Like since those snake video days. Like I haven't. I was like,
Man,
did this really
dude,
happen? I
this
was
is
like, I'm glad we recorded this, and he automatically deleted it from his phone.
aw.
Like it's in the video, him deleting it. Like, I was like, man, you should have kept that. That's gold.
Damn. Yeah. So if you guys don't know what happened, is homeboy was trying to take a dab, and if you don't know what volcanoing is, real quick, I'll explain it a little easier. With say you're smoking flower out of like a pipe or whatever, and you pass it to someone, they hit it too hard, and they cough while they're hitting it, and then it shoots out um the flour and everything out of the bowl and onto the ground, and that's what volcanoing is. And in high school, if you did that, you weren't invited back. But homeboy, your friend or whatever, had him gave him a dab, and he literally boop, boop like it just like revert and hit him with that Uno reverse.
And then he asked for another dab. He said, "Let's do it again." I'm
Yeah,
like, nah, man.
immediately, nah, dog.
You just wasted a whole dab, bro.
you're just
Nah.
you just not rocketed.
Yeah, you're not there yet. Let's keep you with smaller, more consistent, and once you get there,
Let's
then
try flour real quick.
I didn't post the flower one, but he did the exact same thing in the flower bowl.
Oh no.
He hasn't been over to smoke in like a week now.
Damn, bro. Is he still high?
I saw him last night for the first time in a while.
He
But
duck you? He's like, ah.
yeah, he's like, I gotta get back home. I'm like, all right, bro. See you later.
I bet. I bet he's like, yeah.
Yeah, man, I got some
Hilarious.
funny videos of people falling out,
It's
stumbling out.
it's hilarious. I love it. Keep doing it. And no, I won't be on your video.
Come on, man.
Nah. No. Now, if you wanted, like, there should be like a hot dab off. Then, do you know lunchtime dab time?
Yeah.
Yeah. You and Paulie should go at it. Some of the hotties, like, and when we say hotties, pause. I'm talking about hot dabs.
Yeah. I didn't get that concept when he first said it either. I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
whoa.
Well, especially because like if you go on that page or whatever, it says hotties and there's like a chick there, and I clicked on it and I'm like, it's not no chicks.
Mhm.
Okay. I love you, Polly, but I got disappointed right there. But I do love the stuff that they have going on right now. They're doing like hash dabs and sport picks.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Hmm.
And sad day. I mean, I kind of knew it was coming. I'm a Raiders fan, and they got mollywopped today. Uh, I still fuck the Bills. I don't really care.
It's all right, man. I'm a Patriots fan.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know, it
yeah,
happens.
yeah. No, the Raiders are perennial letting me down, perennially letting me down. But it's okay, man. If someone could just throw the ball to Devontae Adams.
Yeah, yeah.
um, but
I lost so much money on a bet on the Raiders last game.
oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Shout out the Raiders for winning that game. I think hopefully we'll get one more this year. You never know. But we'll go ahead and jump into the next segment, which is Trip Tales. And Trip Tales is all about psychedelic experiences and stuff like that. If you've tried it, if you haven't, anything like that. If you microdose, some people do. You have any experience?
I don't micro anything. Uh,
We macro.
yeah, I'm a macro type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
I love shrooms.
Oh, okay.
Shrooms is every other day thing for me.
Nice.
I was gonna take some before I came here, but I didn't want to be.
Yeah, I almost did too. I was like, that's weird, right? I had that thought this morning. I'm like, I can take a little micro or something like that, and I'm like, you know what? Let's not.
I was like, let's just take a fat dab instead.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, that works.
yeah. I may have a micro later or something like that, but yeah, sometimes you just need to focus and not be like, I
Yeah,
feel uncomfortable right
exactly.
now.
I was like, yeah, I haven't done a podcast in an actual studio in a while, so let's just
Yeah,
smoke and
ease it in. Like, because like, and that's a good point to be made. It's all about set and setting.
hmm
Also, I SSI. So I call it SSI. It's setting, and intention.
hmm
Because an intention may be like part of the set or setting, but I just like to spell it out like that because you want to be able to like know you're in a safe place. So if anything goes wrong, you have a place to go, or you can just disappear from people, or you can find people, something, whatever works for you.
exactly. Yeah,
Setting, that's the setting, and then set is kind of like intention and stuff, or like who you have around you, and then intention all about like what do you plan on doing with this stuff. Like if you're microdosing, are you having a good time? Um, are you trying to do some inner work? It's got to be, got to focus.
I'll be honest. My first trip with shrooms was a negative one. It was at the Marine Corps ball, and some buddies dosed my mushroom Swiss sandwich.
Oh,
Yeah, I almost.
lost your shit.
Yeah, yeah, that was
How?
horrible.
Yeah, let's explain. Can you explain that? How did that feel? Because I've never been ninja shroomed. Don't do that.
It was scary, bro. Like honestly, it was scary because I had never done any drugs or even drank at that time.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I was a straight newbie to
And it
everything.
just rocked your shit.
It rocked my world. I almost ended up in jail that day.
Damn. You about
Yeah.
what Martin Lawrence that ran out naked into the street. Like, well, did you?
Something
Something
close
similar?
close to that.
Damn, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost assaulted a higher up's significant other. Like
Oh.
to the point where I almost lost my career type
Oh my gosh.
thing. It was absolutely horrible. And I promised that I would never do it again.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I don't know. White people would do this for fun. Like, this is not fun. Why?
Did you say white people or white people?
Well, I said, why?
It might be the same thing.
Why? WHY.
It's like a white people thing.
I couldn't for the life of me understand why anybody would want to do that and go through it. And then I went through a lot of negative and depressing things in life.
Yes.
and then I found mushrooms again,
Mm-hmm.
and I just was like, forget it. I'm not gonna microdose. I'm just gonna eat as much as I can stomach,
Right.
and found someone that I've been looking for years. You know what I mean? I found my smile again.
There you
I
go.
found how to be comfortable around groups of people. It might not seem like it to people, but I'm very introverted.
Yeah.
I'm not a big people person,
You
big
have.
crowd person. But
I am like you'll be surprised. I'm I'm an introvert.
yeah,
As much as I'm an extrovert on here or when you see me on stuff like that, but really, I'm a homebody. I'm an introvert.
that's exactly how I am. If I'm not working, I'm at home.
But like I seen with Dion Sanders had a quote that I put up recently. Is like when I was younger, I didn't have people coming to my games and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
after a while, you kind of build up that personality that I don't need anybody,
Exactly.
and so on and so forth. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
I was kind of like the black sheep of the family. You know, uh,
I mean, I've always been like the favored one, but like I still like will get looked down because I'm still doing the dumb shit. But I kind of got away with a little bit
that's
though.
what I'm saying. I'm like everybody
That
turned
sucks,
religious in my family when I found cannabis. Everybody else all of a sudden found religion,
which is
and
ridiculous because if you think about it and read into this stuff, like the burning bush, they even think that was the acacia bush that has like DMT in it.
hmm
Like so, and also, I don't want to. I'll go. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah. I told my mom the exact same thing. I was like, a lot of drugs are actually in the Bible. Like if you actually read the Bible, you'll see.
Aliens,
Yeah,
like they took the aliens out, and aliens are in it. The Anunnaki, like
you know what I mean. There's a
you're not really
lot.
reading it, are you?
Exactly. That's the thing. What I don't get with organized religion is a lot of people try to push their agenda instead of actually just reading and listening to the words. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like people use the Bible for a crutch instead of a word or like a semi guideline. I see things differently.
Same.
Like yeah, I still believe in a higher power. I just don't have to
Absolutely.
go to church. I can smoke a fat waxed out joint and
We
be
talk
at
all the
church.
time.
Yeah,
Me and God talk all the time.
you know what I
We
mean?
ain't got to go into a building to do it.
Yeah,
That's weird.
yeah. Have somebody else tell
You
you
know what I'm talking about.
what you need to believe, and somebody yelling at you, and like, yeah, nah, that's not.
Nah, no, I don't believe in none of that. I mean, to each their own and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
I'm more spiritual than anything.
Exactly.
Um,
I'll go to church if I'm
but I
booked
also
out
am
my mind.
crazy too. So I believe in like inner Earth, and like and that we're really like on a flat Earth, shit like that.
I don't go that far to the flat Earth side in
Man, I
the
wasn't.
firmament. You
I
know,
wasn't. I wasn't. But the firmament's in the Bible.
the firmament is in the Bible.
And
That's
then the
kind of why.
last,
That's why I said it.
and
But
then that like NASA's lead guy that was also the Nazi. I forgot his name right now, but you can Google it. His quote on his tombstone is that part of the Bible, and it's like okay, and NASA's pretty close to Nazi anyway. I don't know.
have you ever dropped? Have you ever jumped out of a plane?
No, no, I only did helicopter stuff, fast rope and stuff. So we weren't that high.
Jump out of a plane and then tell me the world's flat.
Okay, I'm good. But no, I just watch too much YouTube.
It's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Like, the world is beautiful from up there.
Is it round?
It's pretty sphere like.
Okay.
You see the curves.
Okay,
You know
fair
what I
enough.
mean? Like
Yeah. No, I just I watch a lot of silly YouTube and stuff when I'm high, and
I do
they
too.
they be showing them videos with the balloons going up, and then it's all flat and shit. Like,
You know, it's almost
but
all those
usually I'm
videos are
watching this
taken
stuff
from
when
the
I'm
bottom,
tripping. So
and those videos are taken from the ground, not normally from the person in the balloon.
right.
If the person in the balloon was taking the video, you'd see as you look straight, you'll see the curvature. But again, everybody
Yeah, I've
believes.
seen some other shit that just looks straight and stuff, but I
Yeah,
don't know if they're far. I don't know. I
hey,
don't know.
hey, look, it's like either side could Photoshop, but I know what I saw and what I believe.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
but
and for most of my life, I didn't believe it was a flat Earth. So
mm-hmm.
I think,
This is
I think,
something new and interesting to believe in. You're like,
yeah, it's fun. It's
yeah,
fun. I
yeah.
like to have fun with the different conspiracies.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, though, we'll go ahead and jump into our break, and then we'll come back with mental health is wealth.
how to welcome a couple things.
And back, everybody.
We can go ahead and jump into mental health is wealth. Oh yeah, so anybody watching, I do have my FA license, so if you need anybody for account management or deliveries and stuff, just part-time stuff or whatever, I make my own schedule, so hit me up. But other than that, mental health is wealth is this next segment. It's all about how we deal with our mental health. Like I've gone through quite a bit of therapy and still going through therapy and stuff. And I'm never going to stop because, again, the name of the podcast is Healing Chefs. And to clarify that, chefs means anyone that's a leader. Anybody that I have on here, I believe, is a chef. That chef just means chief or leader in their own world and stuff. So with that, how have you handled mental health and stuff? It can be contributed to cannabis or just
So
especially us being service members. Shout
before
out for you.
cannabis, my mental health was horrible.
Yeah,
Like horrible.
absolutely.
I've been hospitalized a couple of times
Okay.
because of it.
And to be clear, like it is okay for you to go and get that help and stuff like that. We need to normalize that.
Yes.
That way, people can get the help that they need. They don't feel bad about it, and then we can continue on with our lives. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, especially for men. Don't do it how I did it. Like it was to the point where my mom had to call on me, and then
Yeah.
I had a big distaste for her for a long time. And then it took a long time for me to realize that she had to do it because if she didn't, I probably wouldn't be here today.
Yeah,
You know
shout
what I
out to her. Like sometimes we need these things, man, and we worry about how people are going to think about us. But this is why I talk about everything. Like how I told them in the last episode that I somehow had somebody. I never wanted to be around fentanyl or anything like that, and like I was strictly like, get it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be near anybody. But I started dating this girl, and somehow it popped up, and then it was there. But then I checked myself into shit, and because I was spiraling out of control, and if I wouldn't have done that, I probably wouldn't have been dead. So I don't mind talking about this stuff because it's not anything that I do anymore. I'm not around any of that shit. But you got to normalize talking about it because otherwise people are just going to be like, I'm not talking about it, and then bury.
Yeah, especially veterans and men. Like you see that a lot. We always feel like nobody cares. I don't need to go talk to anybody because nobody's going to care anyway.
That or you get looked down. And you feel like you're going to get made fun of.
Yeah, especially if like with your significant other, they're like, you need to talk to me. Like you need to let me know how you feel.
Yeah.
If I really let you know how I feel, you'd probably try to lock me up in the nut house. Like
Yeah.
When people ask questions like that, they don't understand the weight that it would be to hear what's going on in somebody's head. Like,
Yeah.
for me, but on the other side, people have to talk because if you don't talk, you're just gonna build stuff up. Shit's just gonna keep building and building and building until you explode.
Yeah, I literally had someone tell me recently that I was too smart, that I don't really need therapy. And I thought that was the funniest shit I've ever heard. I'm like, what? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, there's still people out there that think that they can like fight off therapy. Like you can just stave it off. But in those people, I find the most mania ever.
Yeah, because I used to be one of those people.
Me too.
I haven't done the stereotypical therapy in a long time. Um, my therapy now is growing my plants, like being
See?
with cannabis plants or cooking. That's my therapy. That's where I find happiness. I find peace in my garden or in my kitchen if I'm just either creating another dish or making something my wife likes a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's either or. That's what keeps me going.
Everybody has their own thing, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Some of my therapy is actually like taking like a psychedelic and like having a little rave in my apartment and shit like that. Like sometimes I'll be so busy and stressed out with all this shit, with the podcast, with trying to run a regular job. Like people don't even know this is this podcast that I have, the Healing Chefs, is a real business. It's an LLC. I have an EIN and all this shit. Like I'm very serious about this, and like that, like it just, things build up and shit like that. And sometimes you just gotta be like, you know what? Fucking time out. Because if I don't time out and just have some fucking fun right now, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Yeah, I can definitely agree. I've been there a lot.
Yeah, more and more lately.
Yeah, lately for
I
me,
mean,
it's
not
been
doing this stuff, but thinking that I need to.
yeah, exactly. I can't. I wish I could do a rave in my house. That would be pretty dope in my little apartment. But
Well, I mean, I have a little apartment. All I do is like put on my Xbox with the music. I put my headphones on. If I don't feel like pissing off my neighbors, and then I
don't have a neighbor on the left side or the right side.
You lucky
They're
son.
both the left side. I've never seen anybody there. I've just seen the maintenance people taking tools inside, and on the other side, we had a cool, quiet family that they didn't care if we bumped music or not. But then they left, so we were scared somebody else was coming. But
I just had an upstairs neighbors that I was battling with all the time. And I'm like, yo, I am trying to be I'm a veteran, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm trying to be a nice, I don't make that much noise and shit like that. Every once in a while I will because I want to live life. But I'm not rude about it. It's 10 o'clock sounds out, but like these people were acting wild, like 60-year-olds going on 16. And I had to like, they're a bunch of alcoholics and shit, and they're all loud and doing this and that. And I'm like, so I had to learn how to handle that kind of stress. Cause I mean, you live in an apartment, what are you going to do? Otherwise, like, what am I going to do? Like,
luckily I don't have upstairs neighbors. There's no upstairs.
Yeah, what was I going to do? Like fight them?
I'm gonna fight a 6-year-old for what?
Well, no, there's 60-year-old. I'm gonna whoop their ass real quick and go to jail.
Yeah, there's no point.
Ain't no point in
you
that.
You can't have fun no more.
No, yeah, I just ruined it for myself.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing I don't get about society right now. I'm gonna beat you up. Like,
yeah, there's been a lot of threats flying around lately.
a whole bunch.
And to be honest, like, like once you make that threat, if anything ever happens to that person, you're the first one that they're gonna look at. And it's all digital now. So if you talk to somebody about said thing, just because you didn't write it down and have the conversation recorded, someone might have fucking heard your ass.
Exactly.
Bro.
And like, you can't delete anything off the internet. Nothing can be deleted. Like,
no, you're fucking
a trail for anything digital. Yeah. Audio, video.
So
there's always a trail.
So can we stop with the whole violence thing? Like,
let's just smoke it out.
Just smoke or ignore.
Yeah.
Just ignore. Like if you don't so here's one of the biggest things I learned with mental health. Only those in the same vibration level will respond. Like I've had many people go on YouTube and like say like, well, my Windows 95 edits look stupid, or I think I commented on a Misfits food where they looked like they meat glued back together a steak. And I said, nope, meat glue. And someone said some sort of sexual thing towards me against that. And like, I'm not going to respond to these silly shits because I'm not upset. I'm not like in the same
I like those ones. I like them, and just give them the smiley faces or throw some kisses or something at them.
Yeah,
Those are my favorite, man.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't care what names you call me. I'm only going to answer to my name.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
you actually don't know me.
You
And
don't
if
at all.
you're not on my page, you don't even know what I look like.
Yeah, that, and even if you did like know me before, you don't know me now.
Exactly. That's people's biggest misconception. Oh, I grew up with you. I know you.
No, you don't.
No, you knew me 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago. You don't
You
know
used
who
to
I am
know
now.
angry, upset, insecure me. Now, I'm not saying that I'm all fixed up. I still have my issues, but yeah, no, we're constantly growing and evolving.
Every single day.
1% better every day.
Like I've gone through situations where, like 5, 6 years ago, I would have flipped out and ended up in jail. Like
That's one thing that I'm trying to like show people more and more nowadays about myself. I literally have gotten to a point, even when like bills are stacked up. How do I get to this? How do I do this? How do, like, my car's fucked up, all this shit. I used to like literally go around my apartment going, ah, and just like throwing shit. Where the fuck are my keys? Like just, just completely manic and just losing my shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that only makes everything worse. It slows down everything. And one thing that I learned is just slow the fuck down, take care of this shit. And especially like when you're dealing with other people,
Mm-hmm.
when you're upset about something and you're like, why don't you give me the fire? People are going to respond by moving slower. So let me teach you a lesson real quick. When you're upset and you want something done fast, fucking talk slow as fuck, because people aren't going to want to waste their time. Like I watched that, like, because even at the psych ward, right? I would call like the food and you could change your food and stuff like that. And I would get upset. I'm like, I didn't get this food or whatever. But if I called them, it was like, hey, how you doing? And and I started talking about stuff, just like start telling stories. They're just like, okay, all right. And then they hustled it out and then it all got fixed. So just slow down a little bit.
And that's with everything in life, man. If you just slow down a little bit, you'll be able to see the whole picture.
Yeah.
And it took a lot of cannabis to get me to this point.
Right. And you can, if you like take a step back from any situation that you're stressed out about or what's going on, you take a step back for a minute, you're probably going to find the solution. That's the one thing. Like they say, when you're not looking for it is when you find things.
When you find it, exactly.
Like just chill for a minute, trust in the universe, trust in the process. Something will happen. Just make sure that you're ready to capitalize on it when it's there. Just pay attention. Yep. But awesome, man. We're going to go ahead and jump into our last segment, which is Plug Talk. Just going to go over things that we have going on, possible things in the future, and so on and so forth. I get excited when this shit plays. Because I literally took like, I started teaching myself digital media. I friggin' like took like 4 different things from a couple different things, and then the writing from something else, and just like basically layered it all together. So the learning. So so Plug Talk is all about promoting like stuff we have going on in our own lives. Even if it's just saying things that we're doing that we enjoy. What do you have going on?
I am back to growing my own stuff again.
Yeah, I've seen that.
A few times I stopped and went back to mainstream cultivation.
Okay.
And got shat on.
Yeah.
Like shat on. Especially this last one. The only reason I came out of retirement was because I was told that myself, my partner, and one other person would be the ones who would have total say on what goes on, how everything's done. But when it came down to it, that's not what it was. Then I had a seizure at work.
Oh no.
And that was all she wrote. Like, I tried to go back and they let me go, replaced me with somebody else. So I was like, okay. Every time I try to come back, it's just the same thing over and over again. So we're actually working on.
Believe me, I'll tell you mine in a second. Go ahead.
We're actually working on our own in our name.
Okay.
So
nice.
we have another company already going, but we're trying to focus on this new one, and I can't say the name of it
You're all
because
right.
I got to get it
We'll
fully
have you back
trademarked.
when you can talk about it.
Yeah, once it's fully trademarked and everything's
Believe
good
me,
to
I know.
go. Yeah, but that's why you see what I'm doing, where I'm doing it. It's just to get ready for that.
And I definitely saw the blueberry syrup. You had me at blueberry. And then you definitely had me at syrup.
That's a passion project of a buddy of mine, Peachtree Genetics, Darren Rungrove.
Shout out.
Yeah. And him and one of his buddies got that together. He's a great dude too. Yeah, shout out to Darren, man. He's a great dude. Like
Yeah.
I don't have very many people I look up to in the cannabis industry,
Right.
but Darren, the Pot Buddha, Big Mike from Heavily Connected.
Shout out to all y'all.
My business partner Joel and our new business partner Celeste. Yeah,
Nice.
all good people.
Yep.
My circle, it used to be big. Like my pages would.
And over time, we can get them in here too.
Yeah,
tell their stories and whatnot.
I went from having 12,000 followers to making my page private.
Damn.
Keeping it low to like 245 or something. Every time my page gets up, somebody hates on me and it gets taken down.
That's so weird.
Yeah. And you see, I don't do anything to anybody, man. Like I will call out a dirty cultivation. I will.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the kind of shit that needs to be done. Like, there's so many different companies getting mad at people talking about their shortcomings or mold or this or that or the other. Like, don't be mad at them for talking about it. Don't do it. Like, handle it and fix it. Like, don't be mad at the person who's getting affected by it.
Don't let go of the people who are trying to show you how to fix it.
Yeah, like what are we doing?
For every place I've been at, man,
it's all ego and shit nowadays.
That's exactly what it is, man. Like I said, I've been doing this on and off for 18 years, and I still don't know everything, not even close to everything. I don't think I'm the best grower out here. I know I'm not the best grower out here, but I know what I'm doing, and I know when something's being messed up.
Yeah,
I speak on it. And
I feel that. Now, I mean, there's different ways that we can handle these things. And I'm sure you've tried the right way, and then you kind of get slapped in the face.
Yeah, you get fired, man.
Yeah, you get fired. But I don't know what the answer is. I'm hoping we find it eventually because I don't ever want to like hurt anybody's pocketbook. But I also want people to be held accountable for dropping the ball. So it's hard. It's really hard.
It's supposed to be a medical field, you know. Like, yeah, of course we're in recreational now, but it's still ultimately medication. People are consuming this. It's not something that should be looked at lightly. Like if you have a dangerous mold in your flower in your grow room, or you're spraying really late with these dangerous pesticides and stuff, and you're labeling your stuff boutique and you're charging people $65-$75 for a 3.5, they should know what they're smoking.
I don't know if anybody's doing that anymore.
Oh,
but
you'll see it.
Oh, okay.
You will see it.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, man, all I want, man, is for
I mean, I don't think anyone's charging 70 and 8th anymore. Maybe they are. I don't know. I don't go to
after taxes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
for rec.
Yeah,
okay.
For recreational.
Yeah. I understand now.
Yeah. But what people don't understand is most people went recreational because they couldn't afford the medical, and they're like, okay, well, I can't keep paying this. We're going recreational, so I don't need my med card.
And then you're like, I can't afford this.
And then you're like, oh man, these taxes, I can't afford that.
108th.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no.
But, yeah, I just want to give a big shout out to all the growers out there who are doing it the right way. The cultivation, the mom and pop shops that are still holding it down for the real cannabis community, not the people out there from restaurants and hotel industries just coming in trying to make a buck.
Yeah.
You know, that's the biggest thing I see right now is people who were benefiting from people being arrested and prosecuted for this plant are now the ones who are benefiting the most.
Yeah. And then I recently started with a company, and I don't want to get into all that too much of that, but a lot of people that I met there don't give a shit about weed, and they were open about it, or they only care about saving money, and I just like when I walked into that place and I started talking to a lot of these people, I'm just like, I'm gonna lose my passion working here.
That's the
I'm gonna
biggest thing, man.
lose my love of this shit because, like, you're like, even a manager is like, I'm more into like a certain hobby.
Hmm.
I don't give a shit about weed. Like,
Hmm.
all I do is I'm not, and I haven't even been to any other dispensary. I only go to this one.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I'm like, what am I like? Why am like so? I'm like, why am I in an entry level position? Because I'm not entry level with cannabis, so I just can't do entry level anymore.
Me either. Like,
That's why I said anybody who needs account management or deliveries and stuff,
yeah,
hit your
go
man up.
go on the field, on the part of the industry where you don't have to see the plant and what the abuses the plant are taking every day, because that's literally the only way you're gonna maintain your passion to do this, unless you're just a caregiver and
Or
you're
you find
doing it.
out how some of the concentrates are mixed and shit like that.
Oh yeah, we definitely don't want to get into that.
Yeah. But I'm gonna jump in. You have anything else to promote? I'm gonna.
No, just check out True to the Movement .4 on Instagram and Della Root Nursery. Those are our two
I'll
up and
definitely
running
be putting
companies.
links up throughout the week and stuff, with all of his different ventures and whatnot. So I just wanted to get into something real quick on the Healing Chef's behalf. We did have a little bit of like a sponsorship from Sin City Seeds. We kind of working with them in regards to a couple things. I'm gonna go over some of the gear real quick. Obviously, this shirt right here is Sin Soda. Is one of their strains. It's a shirt from them. I have some other shirts that I might be wearing, or at least bring onto the show and show you. But we also got this water bottle, which last episode I put an energy drink into it, and this thing just fucking shot all over the place. Pause. Um, but it's a Camelback actually. It's really nice. Has Sin City Seeds on there. I like that a lot. They gave us a brochure. If you don't know Sin City Seeds, I'm sure you know the strain Sin Mint cookies or wedding mints and stuff like that. This is some of the stuff that they've created over the years. Sin City Seeds. The gear and stuff is Sin City style. Let me see here. We got. They gave us some stickers and stuff, but this is something really dope. I've never had a mood mat.
Hmm.
I've never even I never thought about buying one or nothing. But they gave me this Sin City Seeds, but also the little the
UV light.
UV light makes it shine and stuff like that. So that's pretty dope. I don't know if we can see that in there, but pretty dope.
Hmm.
I need to get paid more so I can actually buy some concentrates. But then the piece de resistance is the strain that the Valley named like 2 years ago. We named this. There was a competition. It was naming the strain GMO times their blue power. I came up with nuclear power, and then I just like tapped into everybody. I'm like, vote, 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 and we ended up winning.
Okay.
So the Valley, not just myself, so I don't take all credit for it. The Valley named this strain nuclear power. I'm going to be getting this to seeds to somebody. I was going to have it to two different growers. I just been so pulled in so many different directions. I'm just going to go with one right now. I'm going to get some more stuff in the future. But yeah, so stay tuned with that. Then we have a secret strain. Some people know it, but I'm not gonna let that strain out until we actually get it into fruition. So it's gonna be real exciting. So there's that. Let me see what we have next week. It's gonna. Oh yeah.
Like somebody was saying, what's the best way to contact Key Rose Organics?
Key Rose Organics. So the best way to contact Key Rose is you can either hit me up on my Instagram or you can hit her up on her Instagram at Key Rose Organics.
Nice. Shout out.
Yeah, I forgot to give her a shout out. She's a sponsor of mine. Thank you, Key Rose Organics.
Key Rose. All right. So next week will be Canna Planet. So I believe that will be why can't I think? I talked to Alex and Jack, I believe. And then the second one will be the Dank Baker. So some really cool guests coming up. I'm not going to go too far in the future because we don't like to tell everything around here. Little secrets. Also, shout out to Marisol, Miss Phoenix, 420 events for the bandana flowers, agricultural Allison, and pause consumption socks, and also the giant dab mat. I don't know if you've seen more and more lately. They keep getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
She actually got me one that's like this big, so that's really dope.
So
I can keep the oil off of my counter, and the edibles and whatnot. But thank you very much for coming out, man.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, we'll have you back out when we can talk more about the other things and stuff like that, and maybe we'll dive a little more into like our service for people who want to hear about that. But thanks again, man. Everybody, be good, be clean, be safe as always. Smoke up or tap in, smoke up, trip out.